Thank you for your interest in Transitional Coaching Program. Here's a little background on how it all got started. There's a collaborative group here in Elkhart County called Elkhart County Reentry Initiative. It includes local churches, mental health, criminal justice system, ourselves, and many others that come and meet monthly to help address the problems of recidivism. People repeating crime once they return to the community from the Department of Corrections. We as a group want to address that and create a safer community. There were a couple people in this group that were doing transitional coaching, but our collaborative isn't a program, it's more of a think tank. And so I realized that this idea of transitional coaching fits with our mission of doing programs based in principles of restorative justice, that it's a way that we can help walk alongside those returning to the community who have done crime and help them heal themselves and their families and their community from the harms that have resulted from their previous choices. So I gathered a group of people together, which included people who had been in prison before and have successfully been part of our community for years, people who have done mentoring, a research librarian, and then a couple other interns and grant writer in our group. And we met for about 6 months and we researched best practices. What is our field of restorative justice doing throughout the nation? What is evidence-based programming that now exists for this reentry work? With all of that, we created a plan, a program design, evaluation tools, not only for the mentors, but also for those returning to the community. And we submitted a grant to the Elkhart Community Foundation. They awarded us a 2-year grant to support the program, and that's how it all began. In October was when we hired our very first program coordinator of 2012. We've had great successes in building tons of relationships with that program. We've trained many people throughout Elkhart County on how to volunteer and how to support people when they return to the community, how to create plans of accountability, address triggers, and also have appropriate boundaries so that they don't become victims themselves in their goals to do good.
Obviously, there may be someone who might think, well, you know, someone's getting out of prison, they're coming back into the community, they probably have family, friends, somebody's going to be taking care of them. I mean, is this really a necessary program? And I would probably address that question in this way, that for the men and women that we work with, we look at a minimum of 4.5 to 5 years. Whenever we look at men and women who want to be on the program, we look at that specifically because at 4.5 to 5 years, a person becomes institutionalized. And at that point, their life becomes incarceration. They're told when to get up, they're told when to go to bed. They're told what to do and what not to do every day of their lives for 4.5, 5, 7, 8 years, however long it may be. And I have the opportunity to go into various state facilities, Westville, South Bend Reentry Facility, the Elkhart County Community Transition Program, with men and women who are housed in incarceration. I've yet to talk to anyone who wants to stay there, and I've yet to talk to anyone who wants to go back. And as simple as that may seem, it becomes very, very challenging when that person's released and they come back into a community where that community, there is a lot of opportunity for them through family and friends to commit crime again because of situations in family and associates that are either doing drugs. There's just a more of an opportunity to do things that they do not want to do. And the men and women who apply on this program, we work with, as I said, the different facilities, and we give them application, and I ask a question on there. Why would you want to be on this program? Explain to them what it's going to mean to them. It's all voluntary on their part. And I ask, why would you want to be a part of this program? And basically what comes across is, I want to make it. I want to, I'm tired of my life like this. I don't want to do this any longer. But they need tools to be able to do that. So our coaches are actually providing some of those tools just mainly through relationship. We don't tell them what to do. We don't tell them this is what you need to do right now to stay out of prison. But we help them discover those answers. We help them discover that if I make this choice, where may that lead? Or if I make this choice, maybe that'll get me closer to my goals. So what our coaches are doing, they're helping them through this process so that at some point, when this coaching relationship ends, they'll be able to go on having gained not just wisdom, but having gained an understanding that there are people in this community who care about them, and that there are people who want to help them, and they've got their sights set higher than just staying out of trouble. Their sights now are set toward their goal, and that's what we help them toward. That's why we look for their strengths. We help them develop their strengths. We help them discover their weaknesses. But we look at not this is what you've always done wrong. We look at, here's your ability. Here's what you could do that could be right, that could be something that would be so beneficial to society, and you wouldn't have to worry about being incarcerated again.
Transitioning coaching program. When I was introduced to that by my parole officer, Mrs. Freeman, and she told me that it was a good program. I would have mentoring. I would have a good support network through this program. So I decided to say, yes, I'll accept this program. I would like to be a part of it. And once I was accepted, I met some wonderful ladies, and they're just the best mentors that I've had, basically in my life. Well,
I'm Judy Kelly. I'm pleased to be working on a transitional coaching team program. I've learned a great deal. And I'm pleased to help someone who is much less fortunate than I have been. It seems to me that when people have been incarcerated, they've paid their dues, we say that they should be able to come back and rejoin society and be successful. But so often they come out of prison with nothing. If they have a support system, it's often pretty sketchy. Obviously, they have no money, usually no transportation, no job, no connections. And women particularly, most of them have a child or children, and that makes a much more difficult time. So it seems to me that the least we can do is give them people to talk with, who can be at least verbally supportive, and give them just a leg up so that they have a chance not to have to go back to prison, which, by the way, is terribly uneconomical.
I've been to prison 3 times. And the first 2 times were because I could not keep a stable job. Because for 1, I didn't have a license. For 2, I didn't have transportation. For 3, I didn't have a network support system to help me get those things done. But this time around, I did have that, and I found that in this program. And I have been very successful. I am going on my 3rd year of my bachelor's degree for business administration. I have found a very good job with the help of Sue, my mentor from the transitioning coaching program. And I really like my job. And if I call and I say, I don't have a ride to work, she's like, I'm here. I'm on my way. I'll get you there. You got to call me and let me know what time you get off. I'll come pick you up. And I don't know, this program has just worked wonders for me because my mind I think totally different. I don't think outside the box. I think inside of the box now. And what I mean by that is, before, when times got hard and I didn't have money, the first thing that came to my mind was get out there, sell drugs, hustle. That's the only way you know how to make it happen. Go do it, get it done, and then you don't have anything to worry about. But then what follows with that is the consequences behind selling drugs. And I've also faced those consequences. But this time around, it was totally different. When I came home, I knew I had a network support system. I knew everything was going to be okay. I knew that when I felt like going backwards, I had somebody to encourage me and give me that push forward, and that was this program. So I just really hope and pray that more people will get involved, more people will donate, charity, or whatever the cause is to keep this program running. Because me, my criminal background, a lot of people are surprised that I made a 360. And they want to know how I did it, what helped me do it, when did I do it, and I just give it all to God and this program because it made me successful. And now I'm considered a productive member, respectful member of society.
The transitional coaching program has been life-changing for many people. The obstacles and the piles of problems that people have to face when they return to the community from the Department of Corrections is incomprehensible to the majority of us. Someone once told me that as a working, comfortable person, while they were helping someone that returned to the community, they felt overwhelmed and stressed trying to maneuver through the layers and layers of stuff that they had to deal with when they returned. But this program gives them a chance. It gives them support and someone to walk beside them so that they don't fall back into the life they once had before that sent them to prison in the first place. It helps our entire community be safe. And what's really beautiful for us that volunteer and help is that it's building bridges. Like, we're learning about things and understanding people in ways that we never would have. And so we need your help to continue this great work.